Cohesion Foundation Trust, an organization founded on a holistic vision of socio-economic development. An organization that strives to achieve cohesive development of natural resources and human resources, each complementing the other. A realistic, down-to-earth organization that stands apart by its absolute earnestness and its total determination to facilitate empowerment of the underprivileged.
Cohesion has a role of a facilitator where they work with the community to mobilize them, create an awareness, and ultimately to articulate their needs.
Cohesion Foundation Trust was founded in 1996 when a group of professionals with a genuine interest in integrated human progress and first-hand experience in diverse facets of social development got together and created a platform for action and awareness. In the initial phase, Cohesion acted as a support organization, providing professional assistance to other development organizations. In 2000-2001, it set up an implementation unit in order to transfer the knowledge it had garnered over the years directly to the grassroots. Concomitantly, it formally registered itself as a public trust. Today, Cohesion Foundation Trust has an established presence in 3 districts of Gujarat: Kutch, Rajkot, Patan. And it has recently begun expanding its activities to other states. Cohesion chose these 3 districts in Gujarat as its theatre of activity because they all fall under the less privileged category in terms of resources. They are dry and arid and historically prone to natural disasters. They receive scanty rainfall and suffer from degraded natural resources, making agriculture and allied activities their primary source of livelihood a risky venture each time. And they all suffer from a vast range of problems related to migration, health, education, living conditions, and community infrastructure.
સંસ્થાએ અમારા ગામની અંદર બંધપાડા તળાવની અંદર કૂવા ખારસ અટકાવવા માટે આવડા સંસ્થાના માણસોએ જે અમારા ગામની અંદર કાર્ય કર્યું બહુ ઊંચું કાર્ય કર્યું એમ કે ભાઈ આ ગામને જરાક આ વિકટ પ્રશ્ન છે કે ભાઈ આવડા લોકોને કાયમિક ધોરણે ખરાબ પાણી પીવાથી ગામની અંદર એમ કે ભાઈ રોગચાળો થાય તો સંસ્થાએ અમને થોડીક મદદ કરી કૂવાના લીધે અમને કાયમિક ધોરણે ચોખ્ખું પાણી મળતું છે.
From inception, Cohesion charted out its activities around a core vision of offering sustainable socio-economic developmental support and solutions to the more vulnerable segment of the society, inhabiting underdeveloped, underserviced areas, with a special focus on women.
Cohesion, as I have been saying for about 4 years or 5 years now, Cohesion somehow took on a path that it'll do on the managerial excellence as well as providing technical support. These two together became very crucial not only in assisting as well as helping the organizations or the local level institutions that are coming up, but more crucially playing them with an interactive role as well as linking them up with other agencies.
In this multifaceted endeavor, Cohesion acts in partnership with a number of like-minded organizations.
At Cohesion, initially we had a debate which approach of development we should adopt, whether it should be welfare, equity, empowerment or efficiency. Then we zeroed it on to empowerment. What happens is that the marginalized sections of community, especially women, do not have access over resources. Then what to talk of control over those. At the same time, they don't have control over their lives also, and they do not get basic rights. So this leads to poverty. And at Cohesion, what we believe in empowerment is that empowerment should lead to people getting access to the resources so that they can improve their lives, and also they get social space for meeting their other strategic needs. At Cohesion, we believe in two aspects related to empowerment. One is that enabling these underprivileged sections of society access to resources, and other is they participate effectively in decision making processes and mainstream developmental activities. And these two aspects are interrelated. One without the other has no meaning in the long term. And all our efforts at Cohesion are concerted towards one goal: creating enabling environments for the underprivileged.
In a broad overview, Cohesion's areas of involvement are natural resources management, community-based socio-economic issues such as the empowerment of women, sustainable livelihoods, disaster preparedness and mitigation. But on ground, its activities form a larger spectrum. Soon after Cohesion set up its implementation unit, its philosophy, commitment, skills, and perseverance were put to an extreme test in the form of the devastating earthquake that ravaged Gujarat state in January 2001. In the wake of the quake, Cohesion swung into action and focused its energies on low-profile villages of Kutch and Rajkot, which were affected the most. In keeping with its philosophy of holistic development, the foundation began with immediate relief operations and followed them up with restoration of life-supporting forces in the region and rehabilitation of its people. Once the requirements for survival relief services were met, Cohesion began addressing the prime issues of quake-affected rural areas it had selected as most needy. Identifying drinking water scarcity as a primary problem in these villages, especially after the quake had severely damaged water resources, Cohesion took steps to revive the region's traditional water harvesting systems and enhance the fertility and water retention capacity of its degraded soil. It undertook drives to enrich the soil through moisture conservation techniques and organic farming, and to develop natural resources in the region. Renovation and capacity enhancement of water tanks, building rain roof water harvesting structures to store water for use during scarcity periods, especially in dry areas with irregular water availability. Farm ponds to store runoff water from farms to be used for support irrigation. Field bunding to reduce erosion and retain moisture of the soil, leading to better crops. And when the relief and rehabilitation phase was over, Cohesion set off a series of measures for livelihood restoration in view of the dependence of the local populace on nature for sustenance. The village institutions facilitated by Cohesion procured agricultural inputs such as quality seeds, tools and gypsum, and channeled them to the poorest, hardest hit farmers. Thanks to the better quality of these inputs, the crop yield in the subsequent harvest increased, and the experience ushered in positive changes in the conventional practices of farming in the region. A major part of Cohesion's endeavor at livelihood restoration and support was aimed at women because they were identified as the stabilizing factor in the economy of rural families. And that brings us to another major focus area for Cohesion Foundation Trust: empowerment of women. Women's empowerment is a central theme for Cohesion Foundation Trust's intervention, and the foundation makes committed, concentrated effort towards their uplift and economic development. This is a multifaceted process: gender sensitization, generating socio-political awareness, and building a conducive attitude in the community about empowerment of women. Organizing women into self-help groups and building village institutions to support these movements. Encouraging and ensuring active participation of women in all programs. Providing support services and creating opportunities for income generation. Cohesion has organized socially or economically vulnerable women into self-help groups or Mahila Vikas Mandal, who hold periodic discussions on issues related to socio-economic development of group members and the village in general. Cohesion Foundation Trust helps members of these self-help groups to undertake various income-generating activities, market their outputs and attain sustainable livelihoods. The profit thus earned is shared by the members, and a part of it is reinvested as capital to increase the production. Apart from profit, which is a varying factor, the members earn steady labor wages from these activities and commit themselves to saving a predetermined amount of money every month, which is later on used for extending credit among group members.
Program focused mainly on women for livelihood restoration as well as on empowerment of women. Therefore, the efforts were not only to provide income generating activity but also to make an effort and enabling effort to focus to empower the women. That was one of the main criteria through which Cohesion entered into agreement with the Women Livelihood Restoration Project.
Fundamentally, these groups promote the self-help potential of poor and marginalized rural women and provide them a platform to voice their social needs and issues. Subsequently, they are integrated with various developmental activities aimed at improving their living conditions and quality.
મજૂરી માટે વાવર ખોદતા હતા. વાવર ખોદીને મારે 6 જણાનું કુટુંબ હતું. તો રોજી મળતી નથી વાવર ખોદ્યામાં. પછી એમાં અમારી સંસ્થામાં અમે જોડાણા. હવે આપણે એમાં એ મહેનત કરીએ તો કાંક મળશે. એટલે પછી મેં પહેલો શરૂઆતમાં 3 કિલા ચા લીધો. એટલે મને 3 કિલામાં 60 રૂપિયા મળ્યા. એટલે બીજી વાર જી એટલે મેં 10 કિલા ચા લીધો. 10 કિલા ચા લીધો એટલે મને 200 રૂપિયા મળ્યા. એટલે મારું અઠવાડિયાનું સરસેમન મળ્યું. એટલે મારા છોકરાનો ગુજરાન ચાલે છે સારામાં સારો.
Kutch being an area where natural disasters such as droughts and cyclones visit with macabre periodicity, and earthquake now being added to its list of woes. Cohesion has realized the importance of ensuring lives and properties of people in the region. Cohesion has taken initiatives to extend insurance cover to women folk in the area through 5 header policies that cover health, life, accidents, assets and home. Cohesion also undertakes a series of infrastructure development activities in these regions to improve the general quality of life. These include sanitation units built with special concern for the privacy needs of women and the requirements of people who need special facilities. Assembly halls for social interaction, information dissemination and awareness creation, and other community spaces. Drawing from its experience in dealing with the Gujarat earthquake aftermath and the disaster-prone nature of these 3 districts of Gujarat, Cohesion has devised a comprehensive disaster mitigation and preparedness blueprint to serve as a preemptive action plan for the future. This blueprint aims to build resistance in people in the region against forces of devastation and to minimize their physical and mental trauma in case a disaster strikes. It comprises a whole range of activities, creating food and livelihood security, ensuring drinking water supply for humans and livestock, generating and conserving disaster mitigation funds, providing insurance cover to lives and structures, building physical and mental strength to survive and overcome traumatic situations, and many more.
ગામ બધે થઈને એવું વિચાર્યું છે કે આ ગામની ચારી કોર બંધપારા કરાવવા, તરાવડિયું કરાવ્યું, ત્રાવ કરાવવું, ચેક ડેમ બનાવવું અને નીલું શમ કરીને દકારને પાછો ભગાડી દેવો છે અને સૈતાનું પોટલું આગું નાખી દેવું.
In order to achieve its objectives, the organization now needs to expand to other underserviced areas in India. For this, we need support of individuals, groups and organizations, as we believe that we cannot work alone, we need to work together, and we need your encouragement and on the ground support to achieve our vision of harmonious living.
Oxfam GB has worked in partnership with Cohesion for over 2 years now. Cohesion is an agency that has a professional staff and is receptive to feedback, and that is the test that this agency is going to really make a difference in the lives of poor people here. We are happy to work with Cohesion, and we hope that Cohesion has several other partners and volunteers who would work in this venture.
Cohesion has been able to invest in its human resources well in terms of even capacity building, has been able to identify committed individuals, and I think that is what makes a difference to an organization, because it is finally a whole bunch of driven individuals with passions which what make organizations and which make organizations as effective media in development and empowering communities. So I think that is Cohesion's strength.
The way Cohesion has grown and built their capacities, I'm sure they have a bright future in terms of social development in this region. They will lay a strong foundation for social development and working for the issues of the community in this region. I'm sure a lot of people will come forward, a lot of agencies will come forward to assist them.
The opportunity is open to be involved with an organization that seeks to provide genuine assistance to some of the world's most challenged populations. An organization that adheres to higher values, principles, ethics, equity, mutual trust, openness, accountability, transparency, human dignity, and blends them all with high professionalism, teamwork, efficiency, and perseverance to make a perceivable and sustainable difference in human lives. Cohesion Foundation Trust. It's a long road ahead. Wouldn't you like to walk with us?
Cohesion